Janelle's going to flip and move on to the property. So what if she builds a house and then later don't know how to wrap my brain around what's happened? Robyn would just let Meri go, honestly.
I didn't have a choice to get out, and they all do.
Okay, we had the legal divorce, but I still was married. We have that spiritual marriage.
It's going to be healthy for Meri to live away.
Several kids, especially Kody and Gwen, have previously mentioned that the family pot of TLC money was used by the adults for significant purchases. Examples include down payments on homes, medical expenses, and college tuition. Christine now realizes that the family pot may have been depleted, leaving her at Kody's mercy if Truly needs funds. Naturally, Truly will likely attend college one day and may also desire a wedding. I believe Christine's decision to file for child support is specifically to address these anticipated costs that she knows Kody won't cover voluntarily. She doesn't want to see Kody allocate all his resources for Robyn's kids to secure multiple college degrees and grand weddings for them, while Truly might have to rely on student loans, or Christine and David would need to foot the bill. What are your thoughts? The fact remains that Kody is both morally and legally obligated to support his daughter. Not doing so makes him a deadbeat dad, plain and simple. I'd also wonder if she's taking this step to save for Truly's future. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. I think she noticed the expensive decor in the real estate listing and realized Kody has been misusing family funds to benefit himself and Robyn. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Reality Nexus X. It's me, Elena, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. However, Christine isn't at fault here. She's faced criticism for not speaking to Crybros and Baldylocks at the baby sprinkle. I've been waiting for someone to address this, so I'll say it. Christine has always prioritized the kids, and it's absurd that her silence towards and has overshadowed all the times she's put the children first. She's under no obligation to engage with Sobin and Grody. Her responsibilities lie in supporting the kids, which she does. She's also committed to minimizing drama and nonsense, and she's succeeded at that. Plus, she's focused on Kody, as if Kody would allow anything else, which she has managed to do. What she shouldn't have to tolerate is the ongoing slander, financial mistreatment, and neglect of the OG-13 while pretending everything is fine. It's not. It seems people want her to remain sweet, confusing that with her duties as a mother and Oma. Kody is so unstable, and Robyn is always on the verge of tears. I doubt approaching them would end well. Also, Turbojaw and Demon Eyes could have made the effort to speak to her, but no one seems to hold them accountable. I know it's expected for them to behave poorly, but it's unfair to hold Christine to a higher standard. I won't be confrontational, but I won't be nice to someone who has emotionally and financially abused me and publicly humiliated me. Kody is a bad person, and Robyn, always acting confused, has supported his actions. I believe parents should strive to co-parent, and what we've seen is Christine doing just that. Moreover, Kody and Christine's potential lawsuit has sparked some interesting discussions in my Utah group chats, and I wanted to share what's been on everyone's mind. Many fans are cheering Christine on for giving Kody the final FOAFO, and she's setting a significant precedent within the AVB polygamy culture. Women in this community often struggle to do what Christine is doing due to fears surrounding issues, like fathers not being on birth certificates, and the ability for husbands to conceal funds and assets through other wives. The fact that Kody is in the public eye means he can't hide things as easily anymore. Oh, how the king has fallen in his own kingdom. Now, women can look to Christine's actions as a blueprint for how to protect themselves. Remember, she's considered polygamy royalty. She was a strong advocate for it in the beginning, which is why the producers approached her first. There's speculation about whether she'll become a voice for women looking to exit polygamy. Additionally, with Truly being 14 and living in Utah, She has a say in her primary living situation, which might explain why Christine waited 3 years to file. While it's easy to focus on the show, if we look beyond that and consider the culture, a lot more starts to make sense. If you want to have 18 kids, you better be prepared to support them all. And in the wise words of an unwise man, the sacrifices I made to love you, wasted. Go get him, Christine. It's no wonder a large number of Kody's kids don't talk to him. Having their mother publicly humiliated repeatedly, along with hearing their father say, "Blame yourself if I don't love you," explains a lot. It's clear why the older kids have little respect for him, especially since they love Leon. He complains about the wives speaking poorly of him and accuses them of turning the kids against him, yet he publicly states, "I wish I never married her." And yes, I'm a bit late to the conversation, but I've been in a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives bubble on social media, so I'm just now catching up. However, Christine Woolley is giving Kody one last ride, having filed this week in Utah. Kody is going to lose it, and Robyn's going to be out the door in no time. Let's discuss this bombshell. Remember when he tried to convince Christine not to involve lawyers? She could retroactively claim child support for many years. I've watched a lot of child support cases, and the most intriguing part will be when Kody has to provide his income tax filings and possibly details on property ownership. Christine totally saw through his tactics while playing dumb, which ended up working in her favor. Chef's kiss. It's a perfect cherry on top. Given all the unfairness she faced, I'm so proud she can finally claim what she deserves. I had a similar experience with my ex. He left me in the house with the kids to be with his new partner, thinking I'd have to pay him out like a friend of his had done. I knew the housing market was just okay in 2011, and that he'd likely only get around $25,000 after refinancing. So I let him delay the divorce process. By the time the housing market crashed years later, I was more than ready to move things along. It turned out he would have to pay me $10,000 to keep the house in my name. I graciously took the $10,000 loss, and now the house has over $250,000 in equity. He says I've screwed him, but maybe he meant more like knife to the kidneys. What did he expect? He knew I was financially savvy, and he's not always the brightest. While Kody and Robyn can definitely support Truly, it's about time he's held accountable for the neglect he's shown since she was in utero. He's really a piece of work, and I wouldn't be surprised if he said or did something emotionally unacceptable that finally pushed Christine over the edge. These women have been way too nice for far too long. I know, cult. Moreover, Christine has filed in Utah courts for child support and to establish legal paternity, and I just saw that Without a Crystal Ball shared the documents on her channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. This could really affect Kody's chances of getting a mortgage for his new house. Don't lenders usually ask if you're being sued as part of their qualifying process? From what I understand, having child support arrears can be a deal breaker for mortgage approval. If she's finally doing this, it's about time. She's been owed support for Truly for years. Now that we've seen the inside of the mansion, with its ridiculously expensive paintings and decorations, and heard they're looking for something even bigger, I love this move for Christine and Truly. Kody is financially supporting a whole family, including 3 kids he didn't father. So why shouldn't Christine receive support from Truly's dad? Yes, Christine. The petty side of me hopes this delays Kody's plans for a new home. You have to pay your debts to get a bank loan, so the timing couldn't be better. Truly deserves to get what she's owed from that deadbeat. I'd also hope Janelle pursues her own lawsuit. Her situation is so unfair. She worked all those years while another woman reaped the benefits without lifting a finger. It seems like a perfect time for everyone to hold him accountable. Regardless of whether Christine and David are doing well, Kody should be contributing to the financial needs of his minor child. This isn't a big screw you to Kody. It's just what happens when parents separate, and he should step up. I'm glad she's finally doing this, but it doesn't seem like anything overly dramatic, just a necessary step. I see this as an equalizer for any resentment. I agree with Christine that moving truly away from Kody was a smart choice. It helps her think, I never see my dad because they live far away, rather than feeling like he's right down the street but doesn't care like Savannah might feel. This child support situation mirrors that. Now that truly sees all the nice things Kody provides for her half-siblings, she can think, Dad gave Mom money for me to get what I want too. Smart move on Christine's part. However, I'm really puzzled by Kody's behavior. He claims to have no love for Christine and says she disgusts him, yet he's furious that she left. He treats Janelle and her kids poorly but is outraged by her departure. He's cruel to Meri, but lacks the courage to end things respectfully. He doesn't communicate with his adult children or make any effort to reconcile, yet he blames them for the situation. Kody clearly needs serious help, or his narcissism is so overwhelming that he's beyond saving. I just saw that Christine is taking him to court in Utah. Since he's not listed on the children's birth certificates, they could qualify for Medicaid and food stamps. She's getting a paternity test and pursuing child support, which in Utah can go back 4 years retroactively. He'll also be responsible for medical insurance. Too bad Truly is the only minor child. His worst nightmare was court in Utah. I hope Meri and Janelle consider legal action to recover the money they invested in Robyn's house and Coyote Pass. About a week ago, Meri claimed she and Kody had their breakup. Is this a new season or not? She really needs to stop sounding so desperate. He's made a fool of her for years. She shouldn't make it worse by clinging to that role. Meri, get on with your life success is the best revenge. Kody's desire to maintain his spiritual marriages isn't rooted in love for his first 3 wives, but rather in his religious beliefs. From what I understand, in their faith, a man's status increases with more wives and children, which boosts his standing in the afterlife. Kody fears that if his wives leave him, his standing with God will diminish, and that's why he's fought so hard to keep them. It's never really been about the relationships, just his fear of losing what he views as his eternal rewards. Let's be honest, once Robyn entered the picture, she became his sole focus. The fact that so many of his adult children want nothing to do with him speaks volumes. He's failed his family, and that's undeniable. He won't suddenly wake up one day and reflect on his mistakes. He'll always blame Janelle, Christine, and Meri. He'll never admit to any wrongdoing. Additionally, you can't convince me that Christine didn't do her best to be a great sister wife, despite what Kody says. Even early on, she admitted she wasn't welcoming to Robyn, apologized, and tried to change. She spent so much time pleading with Kody to understand her perspective and validate her feelings. All she wanted was to have her husband back, invested in her and the kids, instead of just focusing on his shiny new toy. She felt abandoned and neglected. Every time, she set aside her feelings to accommodate Kody and put the family first, no matter how much it hurt her. She was there for all the kids, and it was rare for others to be as invested. Only Janelle was on that level. Their bond grew strong because they joined the family around the same time and raised their kids close in age, supporting each other through all the changes. Kody once told them in therapy that they'd only be sister wives if they stayed together when he wasn't around. And who has stayed close after leaving Kody? Christine and Janelle. You can't convince me that Christine was such a bad sister wife that she deserved Kody's animosity and resentment. She's a wonderful mom to all her kids, biological or bonus, and she tried hard to make plural marriage work until she just couldn't anymore. She probably should have left sooner, but not because she was a bad sister wife. The timing of Robyn joining the family is definitely a sore spot too. Christine was heavily pregnant and had to watch her husband fall head over heels for another woman. driving hours every weekend to see her, and then going on an 11-day honeymoon while Truly was a newborn. I would have been upset and unwelcoming as well. I think Robyn is extremely jealous of Christine. Maybe she wasn't the best sister-wife at first, but who wouldn't feel jealous if their husband basically abandoned them for someone else? Christine tried harder to make it work, but did she need to? I don't think she was a bad sister-wife at all. Robyn wanted to be the heart of the Brown family, but Christine already held that role. It's clear Robyn feels jealous of Christine for having earned that position, while she just wanted to step in and take over without putting in the effort. I believe Robyn knows how much Kody loves her. She noticed how worked up he got when she accused Christine of being a bad sister-wife, even though that wasn't true. Robyn used Kody to bully Christine into submission. Moreover, according to the articles I've read about the child support lawsuit Christine has filed, they're also establishing paternity since Kody's name isn't on her birth certificate. Wow, just wow. Yet his name is on Robyn's kids, the 3 he adopted and his 2 biological children. If he's not on Truly's, that likely means he isn't on the other kids from the other wives either. I don't buy that it was just fear of the government. It seems more like a strategy in case she needed to seek state aid. They all seem pretty swarmy. It's actually pretty standard in the spiritual marriage scene. Not having a father listed allows the mother to apply for assistance like Medicaid, WIC, food stamps, and free school lunches based solely on her income. That's also why many births happen at home. Just yesterday, I was thinking about a scene in the first episode where Logan was making a big breakfast for the kids before school. Then I read that Gwen mentioned they often grew up hungry, which made me wonder if that breakfast was just for the cameras, maybe to show they weren't relying on state resources like free breakfast and lunch. I will never understand how anyone could think children should go hungry at school. They should be fed. They're kids, and as a society, we can manage that. But many in Utah feel differently, and the polygamist community often faces demonization for using food stamps and similar assistance. It's really sad. However, first off, she sounds so cool and fun. Second, she's definitely referring to Kody's 4th wife when she mentions people freaking out about her taste in music, especially with Janelle and Kody going to concerts together. That last quote probably relates to Christine encouraging Janelle to follow her example too. And no worries about the AI closed captioning errors. The "I should have just done it" part really resonated with me as well. She just seems super cool and easy to get along with. I can totally picture Janelle screeching into the cul-de-sac, windows down, blasting Dragula at full volume. You know Robyn had to rush her precious kids inside immediately, not the devil's music. They'll be corrupted. Janelle, in comparison to Robyn, good lord, Kody must be bored out of his mind in that stuffy, dusty mansion. Robyn is such a cold fish. Can you imagine her camping around a fire? It would be non-stop complaints while trying to keep her kids away from the fire pit. Janelle seems like a blast, and I can't wait to see her throwing back shots of whiskey like we saw in the trailer for this season. Additionally, Kody won't even watch his own baby while the moms are out. In that episode where all the wives go to the Vegas Strip for the evening, Kody hangs out with the kids at Christine's until bedtime. After that, all the kids go back to their houses, since each one has teenagers to watch them until the moms return. Kody heads back to Robyn's, where he's supposed to be for the night, but he leaves baby Truly with one of the teens at Christine's house. There's even a scene where he says goodbye to a teenager holding Truly in a chair. I get that he was at Robyn's because it was her night, and each house had teens to watch the kids. But why would he leave his infant daughter with a teenager? She was still awake when he left. It seems like he should have let her go to sleep and stayed at Christine's until the moms got home so he could be with Truly. Remember how indifferent he was when Christine was trying to go over her kids' routines and activities? He was such a jerk, immediately putting the responsibility on her other kids. And let's not forget how little he cared when Truly was in the hospital, or when Isabel was in the hospital, or when Christine was in the hospital giving birth to Truly, or when Meri hurt her leg skiing and was stuck in bed. It seems like there are countless examples, and Kody still prioritized staying with Robyn. Moreover, I picked a random season, 14, to start rewatching, and now I'm at S14E6, Awkward Valentines. I have to say, I was always anti-Meri and not a fan at all, but wow, do I feel sorry for her. She seems so detached and completely miserable, just truly sad. In the group confessionals with Kody and the wives, she doesn't smile, speak, laugh, or engage at all. It's like she's just a prop sitting next to a stranger, watching everyone else. It's heartbreaking how much she doesn't belong. I can't fathom how she stayed as long as she did. It makes me dislike Robyn even more, and I didn't think that was possible for manipulating Meri all these years. As I learn more about her backstory, I find I have more empathy for her. Hearing that Kody melted down her ring was shocking. It's just so cruel. It makes you wonder how many more untold stories like that are out there. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear whether you agree or disagree. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell for future updates. Your feedback is important, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.